What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. We got another good video for you guys today. Let's talk about that Blue Origin shit with those. You got five, four. How many? I don't know how many
Squirted
fucking
on my
chicks.
mic right now.
Huh?
I squirted on my mic.
Ew.
Ugh.
Yeah. What was it like? 4 or 5, or 5 or 4? I don't know, man. All those fucking chicks went up to space and accomplished nothing.
What is it? 4 or 5 or 5 or 4? How many bitches were up there?
They don't
Um,
fucking. Half of them were plastic, anyways.
I just know it's Katy Perry and that one chick, Gail, and some other fucking horse. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But they all look weird as shit. I'm gonna go ahead and share that in a bit. But there's a lot of news. Fucking the El Salvadorian guy that everybody's going crazy over. That Ortega mom, the one that lost her daughter to an illegal alien, fucking going out today, publicly speaking to the media, telling them to tell the truth and how ashamed she is that that it was a congressman or senator went out there and he actually flew to El Salvador, went out there, came back with nothing, and she's saying he didn't even mention her daughter's name much, which is fucked up. You have Letitia James being indicted. That's pretty interesting. Fucking big
Mm,
dish. Hey, that
big
big
Tish,
old
payback's a
dish.
bitch. Payback's a bitch, man.
Fucking Tish Push Tish, whatever the fuck her name is.
It's
But
just Big Tish.
it's just Big Tish. Is that what it is?
Big Tish.
Letitia fucking James, dude. I can't stand that bitch, dude. So I'm all for getting her the fuck.
Yeah, she's gonna
Like,
get what she's gonna get what she deserves. One, you're saying no one's above the law. You've slammed Trump for that. I don't know for how many years, and yet you're over here. You're doing mortgage fraud.
but
Okay,
that's
bitch.
the thing. Somebody was telling me today he was a conservative, and he was saying, "Well, if they're gonna get Trump for it, Trump could get them." And I said, "But Trump didn't even do nothing wrong." And he goes, "Well, kind of." I said, "What do you do wrong?" I said, "He fucking got a loan. He paid it back. No one got hurt. And some judge in New York decided to say, oh, he overpriced his house." And they priced it at what was it, 17 million or something stupid. It goes from one beach to
Yeah,
another beach. Are you serious? Dude, even the houses that are way less than his are priced higher than what the New York judge had said. So that's all nonsense, bro. And at 34 counts of falsified business records, that was all bullshit. It was just one thing that was a misdemeanor, and then they made it 34 counts because it was like the way they manipulated the system, and then they jumped it up to a felony. It's just all nonsense, bro. They went after all his lawyers. It's just the weaponization of the DOJ, man, and the judicial system,
yeah. They were
and
trying to get him because of
paying
because
off stormy Daniels.
he had people take care of his paperwork, and they were saying, well, since you gave them power of attorney, it still doesn't matter. It's your fault. So now what Letitia James is trying to do with the whole mortgage thing, she she bought a unit in Virginia and as her permanent residence, and she's not a permanent resident there. She has to be a permanent residence of New York because she's the attorney general. And so that's one, and that one was for 4 to 5 bedroom, and the mortgage loan extender borrowing the money was only for a 4 bedroom, so that's fraud. The other one was in New York. I forgot what that one was for, but that one I think she claimed she put that her and her father were married for
Oh,
some
wow.
fucking reason. Yeah, so
I
it goes
haven't looked
pretty.
too much into it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
it goes pretty deep, and they're saying it's because the people who handled her paperwork did it wrong. But they're saying, well, since you try to arrest and imprison Trump for the same thing, I mean, same's gonna go on you. I mean, it was still Trump's fault. If your people mishandled the paperwork, it's still your fault. So they're gonna get her for the same thing.
I hope so, man, and I hope they get her. And I was watching Steve Bannon earlier, and he was talking about how the lack of arrests going on with Cash Patel and Don Bongino. And I know people keep saying, "Yeah, just wait, just wait." And we had that discussion with Jessica where she was saying, "Yeah, you got to just wait," but they don't fucking wait. So that's one of
It's because
the discussions I had where they were saying, one of the guys was saying, but if Trump starts going arresting the people that arrested him, then it's just going to be payback. And I'm like, no, because they're actually crimes committed. Like those people actually have crimes that were committed. And that's what Steve Bannon was talking about. All the people that facilitated the biggest fucking human smuggling campaign in history, bro. Not like in this time period, in the whole history. The biggest human smuggling campaign, 10 to 20 fucking million people from all over the fucking world coming into the United States. They conducted this. NGOs, you had the churches doing this shit. You
Mm-hmm.
had politicians, you had fucking everybody involved. The police kind of conducting this, the Homeland Security, you had the Border Patrol turning a blind eye. I mean, there's so many people, and it's like, bro, you gotta fucking get some indictments in there. I mean, these people did some of the worst damage to America in our history of our country, and we just fucking let it go by. And people need to pay, bro. That's just my take on it. And I hope there's some arrests coming down, indictments coming down, because you cannot get away with just transferring 20 million people to a country, bro, and think that's cool. And I really do hope the frustration is real with a lot of people, especially a lot of MAGA people. I know a lot of conservatives are like, oh, it's gonna look bad. Who gives a fuck? Do you think when they get unfettered power, you think they're gonna worry about how bad they look? Dude, they're not
Yeah.
gonna give a fuck. They're gonna just do whatever they want. They showed us for 4 years what they would do, and that's with him not even having both houses, and he didn't
And
have
that's
the
putting them on Medicaid, and that's putting them, and that's giving them fucking those debit preloaded debit cards too, free
yeah. I
shelter,
mean,
free food.
it wasn't only that, it was transfer of wealth. I mean, a lot of people got rich as shit getting these
Mm-hmm.
subsidies from the government to house these people. They didn't even give them like the one right here on San Pedro. They were talking about, like, I was reading this article and talking about how just the horrible treatment there. The restrooms were always clogged. It was just shit. That's why they were pissing and shitting everywhere on the streets. Um, for all that money, all those millions of dollars, they didn't do shit. They just let them roam around, harass people on the streets. A lot of those companies were getting shit because all these people are just hanging around like dirty ass people coming in.
And
I
trying
mean,
to break into
I'm not trying
people's
to be
houses.
mean, but they were poor. They have nothing and they're just hanging around asking for money, threatening you, all kinds of shit. Like, nah, man, that's I don't know, man. I'm as you can see, I'm still bitter about all that shit
Oh,
because
I would too. Yeah.
it was close to my house and I hated it. One time I was just driving from your house and I had to get off San Pedro and I went to McDonald's and I had these fucking dudes throwing gang signs and I was like, this is what we're importing, bro. A bunch of fucking gang members. And luckily I had my gun that day and I was like, I hope these motherfuckers, right? I ain't gonna say I hope, but I was like, these motherfuckers get near me, man. I'm gonna fucking shoot.
That's
Like,
why I don't take San Pedro to your house. I go to
where
Long
San
Beach.
Pedro's fine now. It's
Oh
good
yeah,
now.
now it's fucking now it's the way it used to be. It's just
And I do
no
want
one
to say,
bothers
yeah,
anybody.
I'll go, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say, like, I never really hope somebody does something because I don't want to have to be in that situation. It's just a figure of, that figure of speech, but it comes out, and I'm always like, nah, I don't really hope. But I was like, I mean, I'm really thinking, like, I hope these motherfuckers don't get near me because then I'm gonna have to be in that situation where I have to protect myself, and I don't want to be on the news.
We
I don't,
we we we,
San
we,
Antonio
we
Beaner shoots a bunch of foreign beaners. It's just there, you're just there like that. I don't know what to do. Hey,
you should
I
do a
thought they were
before and after
American.
video. Do a
You're gonna be
before and
like,
after video.
I know. You'd be like Roseanne Barr. I thought the bitch was American. Remember, she's, I thought the bitch was white. Dude,
You should do that when they just drive down San Pedro and record and just show what it is now to compared to what it was before.
well, I have some videos, but I didn't keep too much. But yeah, I know I should. I mean, I mean, it's still San Pedro. It's not like the rich neighborhood, but it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Um, but let's go ahead and watch this blue. What is it? Blue Origin, the Blue Origin story.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That was a kind of a funny watch for me.
Well, the thing that just made me laugh is just the whole situation with it. You have these dumbass broads that accomplish nothing, but somehow they're talking like this is the greatest achievement for women and this is the greatest thing. It's like, first of all, a man made this, the man controlled it, the men were navigating it. You were in a penis shaped fucking rocket. It
I
looked
think
like
it
a
was a
big old
hoax.
dick.
I
And
think it
then
was a
on top of
hoax.
that, you were just passengers on what men created. That's all you were, passengers. And what did you do with your time up there? You looked at each other doing selfies, fucking look at all this shit, bro. I guarantee if you put a bunch of dudes up there the whole time, like what would I know what I would be doing, but what would you be doing if you were up there?
I don't know. Well, it depends on what we're allowed to do. I'll definitely bring a beer.
This is what I would do. I mean, I would just look out the window at the fucking earth and the moon at that kind of in that moment and just savor that moment. That's all I would do. I would just be like, dude, this is incredible. I'd probably be talking to you but looking outside the whole time. There would be no way I'd be like fucking taking selfies and doing all this stupid shit. Like,
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be like trying to record anything. I would literally, if I was able to, well, you can't really drink a beer in space because it'll be floating
well, they
everywhere.
can have those. You
But
can have
I
those
will,
those beers in the little.
yeah, you could like put it in the bag and like
Yeah,
those little, yeah. But I
I
doubt
mean,
they'll
I'm
let us
down
do
for
it.
that.
Yeah,
I
but
it,
I would literally be stargazing. I'll literally just be staring out into space and just be like, at this moment of time, like I'm never gonna get this back. It's
hell
never gonna
yeah.
happen again. I'll just try to absorb everything, and of course I'll try to look out for aliens. But yeah, but I wouldn't try to be like floating in space with a flower, trying to see.
He was thinking. The only thing I thought was these bitches are just having photo ops, and I understand there's a camera there when you're recording already, so you don't have to have your phone out. I don't know if they had their phone out, but they were just looking at the camera the whole time. It was just like, hey, look at the
Yeah,
fucking monumental moment.
no,
And
the
like,
only thing they accomplished nothing, but the only thing they kind of did accomplish was that if you're fucking rich and you know Jeff Bezos and know a billionaire who has a spaceship, you could go into space. That's pretty
well,
much all.
yeah, but
That's the only thing they fucking. That was the only thing they accomplished because they were up there. They were. It literally took 11 minutes, and they came off kissing the ground like they were gone for fucking what 13 months, like those other astronauts that were stranded.
But the only thing it's ballsy to do is like, oh, we're gonna put you up in space. That's ballsy because you don't know how that's gonna end up. I get that. But other than that, like you didn't. It's kind of like, oh, we accomplished that. There, you could do space travel for like citizens, and that okay, cool. And then we took a bunch of fucking girls up there. Like, all right, cool, whatever. I think that's cool. But you didn't even make use of your time. So let's go ahead and watch this stupid what they fucking do.
Got it?
Look at none of.
1, 2, 3. Take up space!
What?
Tamir's in space. It's okay. Leave Flynn up there. Flynn, bye. Flynn, I gotcha.
You see, that's the shit that pisses me off. They're literally they look outside for a moment, like, oh, and then all right, oh, hey, where's the camera? Where's the camera? Fucking camera whores, dude. That's all they are. Oh, dude, this makes me so mad. It's like fucking y'all managed to make space look fucking lame and just annoying.
But where were their helmets and stuff? Because usually when astronauts go into space, they wear helmets.
Yeah, but I think it's
Like
just
oxygen.
like they're at
Like-
Oh,
a
the
safe
moon.
level,
You
probably.
guys, I will have to tell you, look
No,
at
they're
the
pretty up
moon.
there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know, where was the
Wow, look at the
precaution for
blue
everything?
line.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Wow.
You got
Okay, they're
six.
finally looking out there. But look at what are they doing? What are you doing? What is that?
Oh, let me make a heart sign upside down.
Okay, bitch, you're from the Bahamas. Who gives a shit? Look at the fucking best views outside.
See, more camera things.
Whoa. That's amazing.
Oh,
So this is why I think it's a hoax. So one, when astronauts go into space, when they're traveling that fast, going to, getting out of Earth's atmosphere, they're gonna hit. I don't think they hit. They might have gotten out of the stratosphere. I'm not too sure, but they're showing the curvature of the Earth, meaning that they are in space. So you hit a radiation belt. I forgot what it's called, but there's a blast of radiation that surrounds planet Earth. Whatever. You have to have special gear for that. Astronauts are given warnings. They wear special suits for that. I forgot what the part of that radiation part is called when you leave the atmosphere, but you're in the danger zone.
I
They
don't
got no
know.
protection for that.
I don't think it was fake, man. They showed the rocket. They show them up
No,
there. They're floating. I mean, those
I
pictures.
so I'm a big conspiracy guy. So conspiracy theory guy. So here's what I'm saying. There's nothing showing that there's any oxygen tanks. There's nothing that's showing that there's preventing them that if there is a breach in that capsule, they won't be. They got to have something to breathe. They're in space for 11 minutes. You got 7 of those chicks. The carbon monoxide is going to hit pretty fast, or is it dioxide? Which is the one that you exhale?
I'm not a scientist, bro. I
Yeah,
just know
so
history.
it's almost like Apollo 13 when their air filters got destroyed. They
No,
were
but-
breathing too much. So like,
I'm sure they took. I'm sure they made those adjustments because it's not like you're going off into space. It's like you get to that little point and then you just come right back down.
so here's the other one that they were pointing out too. When you enter Earth's atmosphere, the friction of air molecules hitting that capsule, you're supposed to get like plasma trails, some type of burnt marks on that capsule. There is none.
I don't know, man. I haven't looked that deep into it. I just saw a bunch of dumb fucking broads just making
I was-
little. "Oh, look
I was watching Tim
Like
Pool
with
on
their
this one
fucking
too.
power, and, like, are you serious, bro? Dude, the whole time, I'm with you on the beer though. I would get a bunch of fucking Lone Star, Lone Star. Hey, come on, give us some free beer.
Yeah,
I would get
please.
I would get a bunch of Lone Star pouches and just sit there drinking my beer for that 11 minutes and watching that whole scene. I like if you were like, hey, look at this, I would look
Don't
a
talk to
little
me.
bit.
I'd be like,
But
don't talk to me. Leave me
you
alone.
shut the fuck up is
Don't
what you
distract
do.
him. Don't distract me.
Do. But I would be totally fucking just looking at that and enjoying that moment, like because there's certain things I've done in my life and I totally forgot how they looked because like when I went to the Vatican, right, when I was younger, I went to the Vatican and I remember telling myself, take it in, like this is beautiful. So you go there, you're fucking looking at it. They don't let you take pictures. They're like, no pictures, and they had these little laser pointers. This was years ago, so this was what I was like 23,
No,
22.
I took pictures in the Vatican. I even recorded in the catacombs of
They didn't
Turin.
let us take pictures.
Oh.
So what I did was I got my camera, took off my flash, and I had it like this upside down. I was taking pictures, and it was beautiful. So it was like one of the like it was beautiful. And right when I walked out, I almost felt like, damn, I don't remember how.
You
I
just
forgot.
walked through a part of history, man.
Yeah, you walk through a part of it, and then you kind of forget. So I would tell, and I've always told myself after that moment, like, you know what? Every time I go somewhere, I'm just gonna enjoy that moment. Like when I go to Mount Fuji, I sit there, enjoy that moment. Any other places I like in Thailand, I just enjoy it, Vietnam, where the fuck it is. I've always just thought like I'm gonna enjoy this moment for now. Take a picture real quick and then sit there for a while and think about it and try to remember it so I can just remember that feeling. And that's what I would do if I was there. I would love to go up in space. And I do say it's kind of gutsy if they did. I mean that they went. If they did, now you got me all fucking thinking stupid shit.
Well,
I think
well,
they
see,
went, bro. I don't think
I
they would.
mean,
I don't know. I think it's
if
too.
they did, they did, then yeah,
I think they did.
that's still an amazing accomplishment. But I mean,
It's an amazing accomplishment for Jeff Bezos.
I
That's what
mean,
it's an amazing accomplishment for.
there's
It's
so
cool
much.
as fuck for them. It's an accomplishment for him and his crew. It's not an accomplishment. All they did was spectate and take
They went
video
if
selfies.
that's saying if they did go, it's still an accomplishment for them because they went to space. Not many people. You have to be chosen. Astronauts are chosen to go to space. It's not like, hey, let's pick
Yeah,
your
but they
name out
didn't
of a
have to do
hat. So,
training. They're just
huh?
famous and have a lot of money. They didn't. It's not like okay, accomplishment means like you worked for something. They didn't work for anything. They worked for their fame. Yeah, if you want to put it in that. I'm not saying they're not famous and whatever. Like they have. If you have money, bro, I think anybody can go to space if you have money. So that's cool. They're accomplished in that way. But they didn't accomplish anything to get to that moment. It's not like they were doing laps and fucking going through space training. I'm sure they just did something very simple and went to space.
Well,
Um,
if they did go to space, it's pretty fucking awesome.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You're just going in circles. I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm just saying they didn't. It's not like they invented the spaceship and fucking did it. And like Jeff Bezos did that, and that's cool. But I mean, that's awesome. They got to go to space. I'm jealous of that shit. That's awesome. I would love to do that. But I mean, yeah, I wonder how much they're gonna charge because they've been talking about that for a while. They're gonna do like little space trips for a lot of people, and I'm sure that's one of many. Man, you're gonna see a lot more of these people doing that shit. So
It ain't
that's
gonna be
gonna.
cheap. I tell you that.
Oh
I
fuck no!
think Disneyland will be fucking cheaper.
Oh, we're way cheaper than that. Of course, you're going to space. That's a
Yeah.
lot of
So
money.
it's not gonna be for the average
No,
schmo.
it's
You
going to
know?
be celebrities and the extremely rich for sure. It's
Yeah.
not going to be normal people. I would have left them alone if they just said, "We're grateful to Jeff Bezos. We accomplished something. We went to space. You know, Jeff Bezos and his team, Blue Origin, gave us a gracious opportunity, and thank you." But instead, they just start talking about how they're like these fucking trailblazers, like they were involved in the process of doing something incredible. Like, oh, bitch, shut up. And let's check her out. Say her stupid rants.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future.
This is what I'm talking about. We weren't just taking up space. We're making. What are you talking about? What? Like,
I mean,
dumb bitch. Hold on, let's go for
I
it.
don't even want to
Sure.
comment on that stupid shit.
And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination. It was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And my journey has always been about love and belonging. And I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all
the studying. What did you study
I don't know. That's what I'm
about
saying.
space and aeronautics that got you to that fucking point? Oh, dude, this is the fucking people that South Park made that episode for, that fart and it
Just
sniff their
smell
own
their own
fart.
farts. They're like in a glass, like
Oh my god, we didn't just take up space, we made space or
we
something
made
like
space.
that.
I don't know.
I know she said something retarded that I fucking hate. That whole shit, bro. There's just so pretentious about everything that they do, and that's what makes people hate them. The other thing is just like what we talked about. They're in there making hearts and taking basically selfies. Like, come on, dude, enjoy the view. This is once in a lifetime for anybody. And annoying.
said it, like, we belong here. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure of that. So
What makes you feel sure of that? I don't understand.
I think that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch, because you're leaving all the love behind and you're surrendering and you're hoping that you get another chance to love them again. And so when you come back down, you're like, oh, I get another chance and I'm going to do it.
Oh my God, now I'm crying. Okay.
You were gone for 11 minutes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was the most fucking profound thing I've ever heard, Katy Perry. You stupid bitch.
So I forgot where I saw this on. I saw it this morning before I went to work, and the insignia, the patch that they're all wearing on their uniform, where it shows the little aircraft taking off into space. If you turn that patch upside down, it's the satanic goat head.
Oh man, I mean those.
Yeah, no,
things,
I was saying I got into the
things are just
conspiracy. A bunch of people got into the conspiracy. I was like, let me, because I like
Yeah,
conspiracy.
but I Steve's like that, bro. Like everything's if you turn it to like a 30-degree angle this way.
No, but the thing is, I'm not trying to say you at this whatever. It's just simple. It's just simple. Someone just
during
put
the
it.
fucking crucifixion, like
Someone just put it on the internet, and I saw that, and I started reading the article on it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, okay.
I know I get it, and
It's a pretty fun rabbit hole to to go down. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying, well,
I
listen
know, I
here,
just wanna
John.
fuck with your
I mean,
conspiracy.
let's believe in all this. Like, no, I'm just saying it's a funny thing. If you turn it upside down, it's the satanic goat head. That's all I'm saying.
No, I like conspiracy theories too, man. I love them, but a lot of times people just have way too much time on their fucking hands, and they just think everything's a conspiracy.
I mean, they had a lot of people. They had a lot of smart
way
people
above and
too.
beyond.
They had a lot of smart people too. Like when they showed the craft on the ground, and Jeff Bezos opened the door, they were like, most crafts are not, since it's a pressurized cavity in the vacuum of space. They're not supposed to open from the inside, and the door is not supposed to be open going into the spacecraft. Remember, you're in a pressurized cab; it has to go to the outside. So, I mean, that's one thing that they saw on that before Jeff Bezos went and used that bullshit tool to open up the door was already open and they had to close it so Jeff Bezos could open it. So they were able to open it from the inside.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give it some kind of legitimacy if I see Elon Musk talk about it. I'll just leave it there.
I don't think he's gonna waste his time on it anyways.
Dude, Elon Musk hates fucking Jeff Bezos. They don't like each other. So if that is true, if that's true, and Elon Musk, he knows like when shit's in the air because he controls 80% of the fucking satellites on Earth. So every time something's in the air, they call Elon Musk and, hey, is that one of yours? And like, oh, that's my satellite. He mentioned it.
All that. Yeah.
He mentioned it the other day. So he would know if something went out of the atmosphere. He would know.
Well, from what they were saying, that they didn't really go out in the atmospheres where satellites are at. I think they barely breached the edge of the stratosphere. So that's what I'm saying.
But he would know that. And
no, yeah, he would know, yeah, because that's what I was saying. Because if they went out into that, if they left Earth's atmosphere, they got to have special suits, helmets, and everything to protect them from radiation. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think they went into space, or they touched zero gravity, but I don't think they went into space.
Well, wherever the fuck it is, it was cool as shit. I mean,
yeah, it was. But I read into the conspiracies and I just got into it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the only thing is if it was fake, what they did, what they had done, Elon Musk would know about it because he would be like, nobody got out of this region, and this is impossible. So, and they don't like each other because that's his opposition, bro. That's or I mean, what's it? Blue Origin is the one that's supposed to take over SpaceX. Yeah. So he would fucking clown on them so bad. He would shit on them so bad. So well, I think that would be the case. So until I see Elon Musk say something like that,
I feel a lot of people were commenting that it was a pre-staged launch, or the women in space were pre-staged, so it wasn't real. However, the capsule was placed on Earth, and they got into the capsule just for a photo op. That's pretty much all it was. But I read into it, and it just piqued my interest.
Dude, I mean, you could go into any little fucking rabbit hole on the internet and think all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but
I don't even want to pay that. I don't even want to pay that more attention because it
was a fun rabbit hole to go down. That's all.
I don't know. I just feel like it's not really relevant until I see Elon Musk say something, because then I'd be like, oh wow, Elon Musk saying it's fake. Now I wouldn't believe him. I would just like, okay, so I want people to look into it. But I'm sure there's a lot of explanations. It's just we're not scientists. Let's go to Letitia James. Big Tish. Big old Tish. She's a big old bitch.
She's a big woman.
She's a big woman. She has those.
Man, she's mean looking. Look at that mug right there. Fuck, girl.
She has those linebacker fucking shoulders. Look at that bitch.
You know she was on the line.
She looks like she's about football. She's about to play for the Jets.
Because she's a loser.
Oh, dude, she needs to get on that. She needs to get on. She needs to block for Aaron Rodgers on the Jets, bro. That's where she needs to be.
He needs the help.
He does need the help. So let's go ahead and check this out.
You know what? The Angle has obtained shocking allegations leveled by the Trump administration against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms.
Lock the bitch up then. Lock her up. That's what I'm saying. Lock her up.
Pam Bondi's on it, man. That's my girl, Pam Bondi.
I'm not a fan right now.
That's
but
fine. You don't have to be.
I know. I don't think she's horrible, but I'm just could have been somebody. Give me Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, we all wanted Matt Gaetz.
Cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence, and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of the required, instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan.
Add it backwards.
Joining me now is Jonathan Turley, Fox News contributor and law professor at GW.
Look at that dude smile.
He's all like, I'm ready for this shit right here. He's excited.
That looks like the movie Smile. Have you seen it?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Oh, dude, imagine waking up to this dude's face right there.
Oh. Man, now I'm gonna have trouble going to sleep now.
You just wake up and it's him like that. I mean, like, oh shit!
Hey, is someone smiling at me?
Please leave me alone. He just quickly cuts his throat and fucking.
Oh, we gotta review that one on the next one.
Smile.
Yeah,
that's a good movie, dude. That's a creepy smile. That's the kind of shit you don't want to see. It's like he's your bed right there.
That's the look where he's like, you're gonna get some bad news.
Hell no, you look. That's the fucking look there. You're gonna get tortured, or you're gonna be hanging from a fish hook somewhere. On
bad news, whatever. Something bad's gonna happen.
Damn, that's a scary look.
University.
Look, he's still like.
Oh, that's even worse.
He's still there.
Mortgage fraud is rampant in the United States. There's all sorts of fraud that's rampant. There's disability fraud that they've.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I would have to stop this and be like, hey, dude, you need to fix your fucking face, dude. You're coming off like a creep.
You need some media training.
Hey, sir, that fucking mug of yours, it got to go. It's freaking out the audience.
You're scaring my whole fucking production crew out here. We're losing the audience.
We have a banger of a story and you fucked it up. What did I do? That goddamn face is what you did.
Dude, we're gonna blur your face out. He's all blurred out.
Dude, it's like he's leaned in with his shoulders like this.
And he's all like,
Tommy want wingy.
What if he had a creepy voice? Oh.
He's all, we all float down here.
We all float down
vowed
here.
to crack down on in the Trump administration. But this is another thing that they have vowed to crack down on because it costs real money. Your reaction to these allegations?
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just the civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014, of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans. So this is well-tread areas for...
Hey, dude, but Trish got some big old hoots. What do you think?
Bro, she's a big woman, bro. Like
Yeah,
on the last picture that she was on the podium, like, damn.
Just gets her titties and pat, pat, pat. Ooh. Yeah, how big you think those areolas are? They're probably like this, dude.
I don't know, man. She's a beefy gal.
Big old chocolate pancakes, dude. Just ready to go. Fuck. Baby, what do you think? Those eraser tip nips?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it.
Ooh. So damn, Big Tish, it's kind of cold in here.
They ain't cute, probably. I'll tell you that.
You're getting all nippy. You got that number 2 pencil poking out.
You got the bright lights on.
Number 2 pencil. Dude, now that I just remember why this dude's face is so creepy, because he looks sad and happy at the same time. I can't do that face, but he's just like...
He's like hiding depression, but like trying to hide it. Like,
he's just crying.
I'm forcing myself to smile.
I know. That's why it's creepy. That I just figured it out.
the Justice Department.
Hold on. Look at this dude's forehead. That's a fucking god damn.
I think I don't think it's his forehead. I think like his face is just like shrunk
Look,
down.
it looks like he has an elbow on his forehead. God damn. He has a lot in his mind, but let's go for it.
As for James, if we apply the Letitia James standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward. What the administration is saying is this was not her principal residence. In fact, as a New York elected official, she had to say that her principal residence was in New York. This was an out-of-state residence, but also they.
I'm sorry, bro, but doesn't she look like Big Mama's house?
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, dude,
I remember the movie with Martin Lawrence, right?
Yes, dude. Like, she kind of looks like Big Mama's. She looks like a fucking tranny. All right, let's go for it.
Out-of-state residence, but also they claim that in some of these forms, she actually states that her father is her husband in order to file as a married couple. So there's a lot of those.
Okay, that's what you were talking about. Damn, so she went the Ilan Omar fucking route and married her brother. Or she didn't marry her brother, but used her dad as her husband. Dude, what the fuck is going on, What's going on, Letitia?
Come on,
Tisha.
Tish.
Come on, Tisha.
Come on, Tish.
Goddamn Big Tish. You got those big old hoots. You could get you alone there. Give a little nip slip. Little fucking Janet Jackson. There you go. Hey, I just need a little loan. My dad's my husband.
It's crazy, man. All the shit she put on Trump, and I mean, goddamn, you're a criminal yourself. She really broke the law. Trump didn't.
Yeah. I know. That's what I'm saying. They're real criminals.
Those questions. And as you know, the Supreme Court just stated earlier in March in a case called Thompson that they want to see knowing.
She looks horrible right there, bro. What a bad day right there.
She looks. She has those sad eyes too. Look, it looks like her fucking eyelids are tired of lifting up the flab.
It's like, girl, you're not even trying no more.
I'm all opening up my eyes all big just so I don't look like a fat swine. Like, dude, those eyes look like they've seen some things, dude.
It looks like she's just tired and defeated. She's like,
it looks like her own eyes have seen her body in the morning over and over, and they're just trying to close to save themselves.
I mean, right there, it looks like she has a really good peripheral.
It's almost like they're drooping to the side.
It's almost like how the fish have them on one side, on each side, you know. Like,
oh, imagine these two having kids. This guy.
I'll be a freak.
This dude, I'll be a freak fucking baby. Hey, you freak.
That's horrible.
You're just walking around. Hey, you goddamn freak!
What was it? That Deuce Bigelow? Freak!
Yes, look at this bitch, dude. She has 2 lazy eyes. She's like Notorious B.I.G. times 2. Oh my
false
God.
statements under sections like 1014, not just misleading statements. These are misleading statements. Either it's your principal residence or it's not.
Or it's not.
Either you're married to your father or he's your father. So they can this can satisfy the Thompson standard.
Yeah, well, Jonathan, we reached out to the DOJ, and they have no comment on this referral. We also reached out to Attorney General James, who did not respond to us either. So, again, everyone wants the best interest rate you can get. I understand that. But, you know, she's a lawyer. She knows that when you sign a mortgage application, that mortgage application, if you're borrowing money, if you're not borrowing money, nobody cares whether it's your principal residence, except, you know, where you file your taxes. But she decided to state that that was her principal residence, knowing it was not her principal residence. I didn't even know she had property. I mean, I guess she had property in Virginia and she has rental or investment property in New York. That's fine. But in the New York matter, to get the favorable rate, the building could only have 4 units. But for, it looks like its entirety, the entirety of this building, it had 5 units, meaning it was in violation of the actual loan agreement. And again, this is not a novel application of the law, Jonathan. As you stated during the persecution of Donald Trump, she was using all these novel applications of law to go after him. This isn't novel. This is a black and white issue. You either did or you didn't.
Right, and this has been prosecuted in the past. Now, we have not heard her side of this, but these documents themselves are quite damning. It's hard to see how the residences listed were her principal residence. The business about her father is just bizarre. Now, I'll note that one of the things that Letitia James stressed in her case against Trump is that Trump had to review documents that were filed in his name. And so she dismissed the argument that this was something that Trump's people put together. She said he's ultimately responsible. So they allege that she gave a power of attorney in a couple of these instances, but according to her own standard, that's not enough.
Well,
So that bitch needs to go to jail. She needs to get 34 counts of fucking.
I was gonna say that she should get 34 counts right there.
Yeah, for every little fucking thing. Fucking put boom, 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 hit her the way she hit him. And I'm really tired. I am really fucking tired. I was watching Temple the other day, and there was a girl on there. I forgot what her name was, and she's talking about, well, if we just keep using the system to persecute our political enemies, it's never going to end, and every 4 years they're going to keep doing this. And Temple, I mean, which I was thinking the exact same thing when she said that. What's going to stop them from doing that? So nothing. They will indict you on bullshit, and then you can indict them on real shit. So that is the difference, man. They don't have any. They don't have anything on Donald Trump, dude. This dude has been in real estate. He's been in the public eye, dude. He's been president, and then he's been prosecuted for 4 years after that, and now he's president again. You're telling me you don't have any videos of him saying the N-word, like you said? There's no videos of him doing shady shit the way they make it say, like, oh, he was a terrible fucking slumlord and all. Like they always say, there's little evidence like, oh, where he did this, he did that, but nothing that's like illegal or to get prosecuted for. And I want to see actual evidence of, they have evidence on Trump that he did break the law. Fuck it, go ahead, show it. But they never have anything, and all they had was that on he fucking lied to the bank and said that his property was worth more than what it really was. That was untrue. They just downplayed it and said his property was only worth 17 million, which is nonsense. Even some of the people that been to Mar-a-Lago said the trees that he has are worth more than that. Like the shit that he has there. So I want to see you get prosecuted, man. That's
no, they had to create a fairy tale. They had to create lies. They had to spend millions to create these lies, and they still didn't find shit on him. Even the lies. Even though lies are bullshit, all this that they did, they had the best people to fucking create these things. The Russiagate, all this crap.
Yeah, and they didn't get nothing.
And all they could get on him was 34 counts of fake bullshit.
All they got on him was
nothing.
He lied about fucking paying off a prostitute to like shut the fuck up. And
Which was
she
not
ended up
illegal.
she ended up being found guilty for lying and had to pay him money. That's why everybody's making a big deal. Like Trump is the first man to win an argument with a woman and get paid for it because she ended up having to pay him, and she was like, "I ain't gonna pay him." Whatever, that's fine. They extended the statute of limitations to get him on the other thing, on that weird rape charge with that fucking freak, the one
In a dressing room or
the
something
one
like
that
that.
yeah, the one that her cat's named Vagina.
I don't know why it's
vagina.
like that. I wouldn't name my cat that way.
But that chick was weird, talking about how rape is sexy and you're an interesting person to talk to. She told Anderson Cooper, fucking weirdo. On the other one, it was like the housing, which was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I had to see that's the most egregious one. The one with the rape, which was another one, and what was the last? Oh, and paying off Stormy Daniels. All nonsense. Nothing really happened. They tried to turn Michael Cohen against him, his lawyer. They indicted another one of his lawyers that was screaming and saying Trump made her do it and all this. And then she realized they're still gonna lock you up, and they did. And now she's, they're probably gonna change her tune here and there, but fuck her. It was all nonsense, bro. All nonsense. And
They even arrested Giuliani.
yeah, they tried to arrest everybody. They arrested Roger Stone, Giuliani, fucking Steve Bannon. They went after everybody, bro. And they went after people that were not even in January 6th. They went after people that never went inside January 6th. They went after everybody. They went balls to the wall with the rest, and we're over here fucking with our thumbs in our ass. Not us personally, but the party we're trying to fucking vote into power, while they just take their time. Oh, we don't really want to do that. Trump said that the last time too with Hillary Clinton, like, would it be bad for the country? Well, they did it to you, bro. I'm hoping for it. And he's only been in office 3 months, so I get it. I get it. What is it? Not 3 months. Where are we in? April. We're 3.5 months.
Yeah, 3.5 months.
Yeah. So I get that, but it's like at least tell the people so we know, because they never say anything, and that's one of the things that kind of makes a lot of people mad. Like, let us know. Hey, you know what? We are looking into this. We are indicting people. We just got to get all the facts. So when we go into court, we have everything. So it's just run smoothly. If they said that, I'd be like, cool.
Well, but they're probably
Wheels
using
are
the
in motion, let's get it done.
they're probably using the tactic where they don't want to say nothing because they want to catch them off guard. That's probably one of the safest way they can do this is to catch them off guard, so they don't know what's coming. So that's probably one tactic they might be using. Who knows?
Yes, but they already know with Doge how many of these NGOs were getting this fucking money. How many of these people were making fake NGOs or had multiples, 36 NGOs getting millions of dollars. Okay, right there, boom. Hey, what were you doing? How did you have 36 NGOs? How did you have all these things?
Well,
How were you getting taxpayer money?
They're probably trying to build all the evidence for each individual.
They better.
And that's what I'm saying. They're probably waiting to have everything, all their ducks in a row, slam it on them without them knowing it's coming. That's probably what. That way, it's going to be a fast and speedy trial. Who knows? I could be wrong, but yeah.
You need to make them hurt. You need to prolong it so they feel that fucking pressure.
That's what they're doing.
That's what they did to Trump. They just indict him, boom, indict him, fuck it, and then they'll just go off, and Trump has to go through all these court dates, proceedings, subpoenas, all this kind of shit, and that's what Trump needs to do. He needs to put him through the ringer, so they're gonna feel the pain, bro, because that shit is stressful, man. When you have to go to court, and imagine like all these charges, like they're just, hey, this is what we're getting you for. You're gonna have to come and testify to Congress,
and
for
all the
this.
money he had to spend too.
Yeah. And that's what they should do, because they don't have money like Trump, and they were getting paid from us, but now their USAID little fucking charity funds are kind of get cut off, man. I hope so. They need to do it through Congress. It could be official, but yeah, I want it to all end. But lastly, before we head out, I want to talk about the El Salvadorian guy. I love how Stephen Miller, man, he shut this motherfucker down bad.
Stephen Miller, that dude's awesome, bro.
I love Stephen Miller, but just so you know how horrible the media is, bro. Just so you know how terrible these people are. Look at this shit. Look at this. El Salvador won't return Maryland man to the U.S. More confusion over tariffs. Maryland man.
He's not a Maryland man. He's
a fucking illegal
citizen.
from El Salvador.
That's what these.
Sorry,
that's
Chris,
what I'm saying. No, I'm saying like he's not from Maryland. He's from El Salvador, and he was in Maryland illegally. That's why I
Yes,
hate how they're
he's
trying to
good.
build him to be like, he's an American who's father of the year. Like, fuck that. No,
No,
he's
and he
not.
beat his wife too. And
Yeah,
there's proof
they
of
just
it.
reported that. Yeah,
Yeah, El Salvador won't return wrongly deported Maryland man. Look at this shit. Political.
wrongly deported.
New York
Get the fuck outta
Times. El
here.
Salvador's leader says he won't return wrongly deported Maryland man. Fucking idiots. AP. El Salvador's president Bukele says Bukaki.
Bukaki.
President Bukaki.
Hey, this guy
says
sounds
he
pretty
won't-
cool.
I know, right? Hey, President Bukaki. He's just fucking giving Bukakis on all those prisoners. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But El Salvador's Bukele, says he won't be releasing Maryland man back to the U.S. So they all do this shit. They all lie. They all fucking manipulate the news, and we see it on daily basis. And yeah, bro, it's just ridiculous. Like
It's
it
like-
is. It is ridiculous.
Look, let me just let it sink in. Like, look how hard these fuckers are trying to fight for one illegal to come back. One illegal. Look how hard they're fucking trying to fight for this guy.
I was telling my friend today, man. I was like, can you imagine if these people were alive when Elian Gonzalez got fucking deported?
It's like, do these people even have any
Remember
type
Elian
of-
Gonzalez?
No.
Oh, dude. So it was during the Clinton administration. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. I wasn't like a kid, but yeah, I mean, I was a kid, yeah, but I wasn't like a baby or nothing. But they fucking went in men with guns, dude. Fucking guns went in and got them in a closet, took them because the Cuban president was Fidel. I always say Fidel, like it's
Yeah, Fidel.
Fidel Loco.
That's some good stuff.
That's some good. I love that shit. Hey, Fidel Loco is good though.
Yeah,
But
that's
Fidel Castro wanted him back, and he was in Florida illegally, and they fucking busted in. And I was like, dude, can you look at what they did to this fucking illegal MS-13 fucking guy, and look at what they did to Elian Gonzalez in the 90s. I think it was like 91 or so. And they would lose their shit, dude. Imagine that. Like, I'm gonna put the picture on there. It's right here. But yeah, they would go crazy if they saw that in today's world. But let's go ahead and watch Stephen Miller just school fucking Fox host about what the whole situation is.
Through a bunch of things here, okay? Here's the argument on topic number one. DOJ said a federal court cannot compel the executive branch to engage in any mandated act of diplomacy or incursion upon the sovereignty of another nation. So your argument is that you don't have to bring him back home?
Well, it just said it right there, you dipshit.
Yeah,
You don't
fucking
have to
idiot.
compel that. Like, you just said it. You just
You just fucking read it to yourself and to everyone.
did you not?
Did you not comprehend anything? Or you just fucking just blabbering out fucking words?
Did you not comprehend anything you just read? Jesus.
But will you?
So I want to correct. I hate to do it, Bill, but I got to correct you.
Oh,
on
I hate
every
to do it,
single thing
Billy.
You said because it was all
But I
wrong.
gotta do it.
First, we won the Supreme Court case
9-0.
clearly, 9-0. A district court judge said unconscionably.
I do want to add that dude has a perfectly shaped head.
Yeah.
Look at that noggin right there, dude. Look at that fucking.
There were no
león.
defects on that skull right there.
dude. That's look at
Just the curvature itself. It's a masterpiece.
God took time on your head, Stephen Miller. Oh, dude, that's a nice. I didn't even notice that before. I just noticed it right now. That's a nice looking fucking dome.
Good for him.
Good for you, sir, with that fucking beautiful fucking
Chuck
evenly
Norris, be
lined
proud.
circumference head you got going on there.
That the president and his administration have to go into El Salvador and extradite one of their citizens, an El Salvadorian citizen.
Yes.
That would be kidnapping. That we have to kidnap an El Salvadorian citizen against the will of his government and fly him back to America, which would be an unimaginable act and an invasion of El Salvador's sovereignty. So we appealed to the Supreme Court, and it said clearly, no district court can compel the president to exercise his Article 2 foreign powers.
I love the pictures they have of him.
Right? They're trying to make him look like a nice guy.
And eyes of an angel. She's all,
With just
one
99
dollar
cents a day, you could help bring back this illegal immigrant.
He'll help me back this fucking beaner. That's an MS-13.
This
man.
wrongly accused Maryland man.
It's all 99 cents a day. You could put money on his books.
Any way whatsoever. DOJ called me after that Supreme Court ruling, and they said, this is amazing. We won this case 9-0. We are in excellent standing here. So this has been portrayed wrong for 72 hours in the media. They said the most a court could ever compel you to do would be to facilitate return, which would basically mean if El Salvador voluntarily sends him back, we wouldn't block him at the airport. We would put him back into ICE detention, and then he would be deported either back to El Salvador or somewhere else. The Supreme Court said that is the most the government can be expected to do. So we won the case handily. The misreporting on this has been atrocious.
Okay,
Secondly,
I appreciate
he was
the
not, no, Bill, it's
clarification,
important.
that's the case.
He was not mistakenly sent to El Salvador.
Okay, so do you still
He's
believe
an illegal
he is a
alien
member of
from
MS?
El Salvador. Hold on, this is important. In 2019, he was ordered deported. He has a final removal order from the United States. These are things that no one disputes. Where is he from? El Salvador. Where is he a resident and citizen of? El Salvador. Is he here illegally? Yes. Does he have a deportation order? Yes. A DOJ lawyer who has since been relieved of duty, a saboteur, a Democrat, put into a filing incorrectly that this was a mistaken removal. It was not. This was the right person sent to the right place. Now, some have said, well, but he had a thing called a withholding order. So a withholding order means you've been ordered deported, but an immigration judge is saying you cannot go back to a particular country. Here's the thing. If you are a member of a foreign terrorist organization, you cannot have a withholding order.
Exactly. With the Enemies Act, he's with Trump putting MS-13 as a terrorist organization. With the Enemies Act, he could deport him without habeas corpus because he is now a terrorist in the eyes of the government. And that is like, I don't understand that. This guy, they're talking about like they send him to this radical place. They send him home. I don't understand. They send him home. Now, the one thing I want to know is because the only thing that they're saying is that judge in 2019 said he can't go home because of the fear that I believe it was called like the 18th body or 18th Street or I don't know what one of those fucking gangs in El Salvador would kill him. So why did that judge basically make him a second-class citizen? Like, you're not a citizen, you're not going to get citizenship, but you can't go back home, which makes no sense, and you got to stay here. So that's the dumbest shit in the world to me. And why did he make that decision? Should federal judges make that decision? If you're here illegally, you fucking get sent home. That's the law. Are we not like? Why are judges not following the fucking law? Is my thing. That
I
makes
think they're just doing it just to put roadblocks in front of Trump. That's the only reason they're doing it.
No,
they
but
don't
they
give
did
two
this
shits about this guy either.
Yeah, but they did this in 2019, so I think they did this. I mean, but the only thing I would love to say is, why did that judge make that decision? He's obviously a gang member. He's here illegally. He's already gotten, as we saw, as they pointed out today, he already got in a domestic dispute with his wife where he was beating her up, punching her. She said it. She said it to the cops. These are her words. All of a sudden, that's normal in South American countries.
And they still want to make him father of the year too.
Cállate, puta. Like, and I just don't understand what the whole hype about this guy is. Why they're making him to sound like this guy that got sent to this foreign land that he doesn't belong to. And then they're talking about, like we need to call the El Salvadorian prison Trump's concentration camp. No, bitch. Concentration camp was Hitler going into other countries, getting Jews, putting them without their will to these fucking camps. This is totally different. These are people, criminals coming to our country, committing crimes, and we're sending them back to, they don't want to take them in Venezuela. So he said, fuck it, I'll send them to El Salvador. And he's paying President Bukele to house these fucking people because nobody else wants them. How is that a concentration camp? We didn't invite you over here. You shouldn't be here. You don't have the right to be here. I hate that whole situation. You have a right to be here. You don't have a right to be anywhere.
They don't have rights here, period. I mean, they
don't have a right to be here.
They don't have a right to be here, yes.
Yes. You have no right to be here. They do have rights, which is stupid. I mean, I think you should have, go back. I think you should have rights for, people coming in to visit and all that. But once you're here illegally, you shouldn't have to go through a court date because you're here illegally. And that whole shit, like, we just claim asylum. We can't what are we supposed to just do that for the whole world then? Hey, I'm poor, asylum. And then we're going to hold them up in court for 7-8 years. They're going to have kids here. And then we're going to say we can deport them now. They've been here 7-8 years. Yeah. That seems like a stupid fucking system that's never was meant to work. And it makes no sense. That's why I would love for them to go to the 14th Amendment and say it was never meant for illegals to come in, have kids, and they're automatically American. It was meant to fucking slaves to get them to from the 13th Amendment, free slavery, 14th Amendment, make them citizens, 15th Amendment to fucking let them vote. That was the whole point of that. 13 to 15, Reconstruction. That was the whole point of that whole fucking thing. Those were the points of those 3 amendments. Now we use them now as a way of you just come 2 illegals come into the country and have a baby and now they have to stay here. How the fuck does that make sense? And how do you run a country that way? That makes
I don't
0
know.
sense.
No fucking sense, bro.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan, and I think like I feel sorry for this man having to go to prison without I think my best scenario would be he would be sent to his home, and in El Salvador he would have a court date, and then to prove that he's not a gangster or whatever that is, and then he would stay there. That would be now the thing I will say about Trump, because I'm gonna play devil's advocate, is they need to be more transparent about why, like how he was proven he was a gangster. You know what I'm saying? They need to be more transparent about that. They are leaving it up to everybody to talk on the internet, and that's what's the confusion that's being set in. He needs to like really say, look at this is what we win. This is the paperwork. This is what we had. This is what we know. This is exactly. These are the crimes that he committed. This is why the judge said this. This judge is a what? What kind of judge is he? Is he a Democrat? Is he a fucking activist? All this shit needs to come out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like playing these games and letting people talk and then little by little snippets. Oh, here you go. Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
Like
put some clarity out there for the people. Yes.
yeah, and that's where Trump fucks up a lot. Is he just does shit and then he's all like, "Well, we'll figure it out." It's like, bro, do shit the right way, and you don't have to go through all this. They're gonna dog on you no matter what. And I think this guy was sent out the right way. I'm not dogging on that, but the thing is, you need to like, when we do this guy was a legal resident. We need to make sure that we know what the fuck's going on and how we can show the public why he was sent out. Also, if it was a mistake, then they need to say where the slip ups. Okay, we made a mistake, but he was a criminal, he was a gang member, and this is how we know. Like, look at all these fucking factors that come into play and show the people. Have a lot more like, clarity, like you said. That's a good word to use for that whole situation. But yeah, I agree with you.
Since he's in MS-13, there is no withholding
so
order.
You just answered my question.
The gang that he is accused of being persecuted by doesn't exist anymore in El Salvador. The 18th Street gang is gone. So you have an illegal alien from Bill, where are we supposed to send the illegal alien from El Salvador?
You haven't even
to what
allowed me
country?
to ask you a question. Are you convinced he is still a member of MS-13? That was your original charge.
Yes. But here's the thing, Bill. Yes, but here, not only am I convinced of it, not only is El Salvador convinced of it, Bill, he's an illegal alien from El Salvador with the deportation order. So his only options in life, Bill, his only options in life are to be deported to El Salvador or to be deported to some other country. That's it. He has a deportation order. So, Bill, you tell me, what country should we deport him to? Tell me, please. Tell me.
So Marco Rubio on Sunday morning said this. On Saturday night, another 10...
Okay, let's go to read it. Last night, another 10 criminals from MS-13 at Tren de Aragua, foreign terrorist organizations, arrived in El Salvador. The alliance between the POTUS and president of El Salvador has become an example for security and prosperity in our hemisphere. So I agree, man. I think, like I said, I think there should be more clarity. I think if they have proof, put it out there. Stop fucking... Because that's what the left's saying. Well, show me. And they're like, well, the 2 judges, okay, but they're saying that there were informants, police informants, so that could be kind of shady, right? But just show the proof that you have. I'm sure they have paperwork galore that he's a fucking criminal, and show I'm sure somebody else found out the beating his wife. Trump should have said that from the get go. He was a wife beater, so y'all are just y'all are fighting to keep this wife beater here. Show all this shit, dude, that you can do. You have so much in your arsenal that you like the whole Epstein, right? Let me give you little snippets. And we like, what is this? Like part 1, part 2, part 3. This ain't a fucking show. This ain't The Apprentice.
I think Caroline Levitt showed some of the evidence on the abusement part.
Yeah, but what I'm just trying to say is you don't need to put them in parts. This ain't like the season finale. Like, show the fucking people, bro. Like, we don't need all these little parts of something. Just show it so we can have all what we have and argue with the people and tell them this is why he did it. And,
or even make a website for that. Like, hey, listen, we're gonna post everyone's info, like all the people we're sending out, all the illegals of all their background, criminal history, and everything. Like, if they're allowed to do that, but that'll be another way. Like how Doge is doing, how they're finding all the stuff and they're putting it out online for people to see.
Yeah, they're putting it out, and that's what Trump needs to do, and the DOJ needs to do, and Tom Hammond and Kristi Noem and everybody else. They need to put out a little bit more information. And now I don't know why people are fighting for this guy. He seems like there's no point in fighting for this guy. He's an illegal. He's from the country of origin his country of origins where we send him. I don't know what the fight's over. I mean, he needs to go back, and that's it. And
they just fell for the media's bullshit.
If his wife wants to be there, she could go. She could go.
They can move out there to El Salvador with him.
Yeah, and then they. I think though Trump should have said. Well, I mean, Trump can't say anything, bro. That's his country. But Trump should have told him like, hey, well, maybe you should have a trial for him, and you could prove it too, and then put it to the media. The Salvadorian president, Bukele, he's a bad motherfucker, man. He handles the press really well. I like him. I think he does some crazy shit, but I think his country was under so much like destruction and chaos. He had to take drastic measures to go from the murder capital of the world, the worst place of crime, to one of the safest places in the Western Hemisphere, which is crazy, a crazy transition. And I mean, what can you say? I love what he said though. He had this line that he said when he was with Trump. He goes, "Y'all keep saying I'm incarcerating thousands, but you never really talk about how I'm liberating millions." And I was like, damn, that was a good one. That was a really good one. And I love that. Like, yeah, you're talking about the thousands of people I'm incarcerating. You're not talking about the millions of people I'm liberating. And for them
who are not safer in the neighborhood, safer on the streets. Yeah.
Yeah. For all these people to have a good life, do everything that they need to do, not worry about crime in their communities, not worry about getting raped, not worry about getting beat. All these things, man, they never talk about those things that he's doing for his people. And I respect him, man. I want to end on this because since we talked about it right now, let's go ahead and end on this, and then we'll call it a night. And I'll see y'all again tomorrow. But this one was a really good thing. I really enjoyed watching this because I was like, damn, good point.
What about the human right of a woman not to be raped? I mean, what about the human right of kids to play or to be free or to go to the park? And what about the human right to live, or the human right to walk in the street, right? But no, they were worried about the human rights of the killers.
I like that.
That was a good one.
Because it's true. Like everybody's worried about the human rights of the people that are doing harm to everybody else and terrorizing the streets of these people, but they never talk about the people that are getting terrorized. And it's all about the criminal instead of the victim. Like you hear more about criminals than you do victims, and that's fucked up. And we need to change that kind of mindset in our society. We want to save society that we can all prosper in. Fuck the criminal. I don't think we should do like bad human rights. By the way, I'm not saying that. He does a little crazy. And I didn't like Trump saying that he should send American homegrown people to El Salvador. I thought that was stupid. I don't agree with that. Not even a little bit. You got Gitmo if you want to send them to these crazy places. You got Gitmo. You have your places. Go. I mean, make a maximum security prison for the worst of the worst and leave them there. And you could stop the TV bullshit. I don't know why they like criminals that do school shootings and now they get to watch TV and play down. Like fuck that. You're gonna sit in the cell. You could read. You could do this, and you could look outside, and that's it. But I like what he said, man. I thought it was good, and hope everybody has a good night.
Make total sense. Yeah.
Have a good one.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit those comments. Get the latest and greatest with SamuraiBlitzt. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Peace.